Yo, we are back and we got a goodie, man. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody, man. It feels like we just got off the live about a few minutes ago because
I think we did. Just got off a few minutes ago.
But salute to everybody in the building, man. Get a few questions ready to go, man. We got our brother in the building, and we're not even gonna waste any time, man. Salute. We got our brother Lewis Murphy Jr., man. What's good, bro? You good, King?
What's happening? Graphk wasted, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. I'm great, man.
Hey, it's a blessing, man. Appreciate you for coming on. Me and Wasted was talking about it earlier, like back in the day, man, like, you know, we grew up diehard Raider fans our whole life. So, you know, those early 2000s, well, 2009, 2010, like you were one of our favorite guys. You know what I'm saying? I know it was some hard times in Oakland back then. I want to start off real quick. How hard, man, was the adjustment going from winning 2 titles out there, Florida, playing a great team, to going to Oakland, man, and having to take a few L's? How does that like affect the player's psyche, brother?
Man, it was tough, man. It was an adjustment for me. It was really hard, man, coming from, you know, being on top of the world and then coming to Oakland and then, you know, dealing with losing seasons, man. We had on a funny story, man, on the plane, you know, we flew Hawaiian Airlines. Who chartered our plane. So we had the big joint, you know what I'm saying? So it was like 3 seats in the middle, and then you got the 2 seats on the outside and 2 seats on the outside. I was so mad one time, man, after losing the game, and I had to sit in the middle where it was like the 3 seats. So 1 seat, empty middle seat, another teammate at the other side. Yeah, you know, I kicked the dude. I was like, yo, bro, it's either like you can't sit with me, man. I laid across all 3 chairs, man, and cried myself to sleep. I was so frustrated, man, because coming from Urban Meyer and being under the Gators for 4 years, the way that he, you know, structured the program, and you know, it was like, you know, dress A. We always had to wear a suit and tie, and then going to the league, it was like dudes wearing flip-flops on the plane. It was like our mindset. We were trained. It was a business, you know what I'm saying? It's a business trip. Like we going to handle business, bring your briefcase, and like we gonna go to Alabama, Auburn, LSU, whoever it is, we going to take over. And we getting back on a business trip, put your suit and tie back on and dress A, and we back, you know, back home. Yeah. And then it was like getting introduced to the kind of the Raider way. And it was I remember coming on a pregame. First preseason game, Dallas Cowboys. I get on the bus. I'm suit and tie, you know, $7,000 suit, you know, and everybody laughing. And it was like, man, like, you know, nah, this not what it is. But, you know, I can say, you know, my second and third season going 8-8 and then going undefeated in the division, beating Kansas City twice, Denver twice, beating San Diego twice. You know, those are like the highlights, you know, of my time being in Oakland. And then at my third season, when Al Davis passed and they brought in Dennis Allen, sorry ass. And then that's when I got traded.
You get so many of that, bro. Everybody tells me.
Bro, he was
what was Dennis Allen's problem? Like, what was his problem? What was the problem, Lou?
I think that, like he came in, I think he came in like January, him and Reggie McKenzie, and he wanted to like get like I was an Al Davis boy, you know what I'm saying? There was certain people that were Al Davis, like you knew that you were like, you know, Al Davis stamped you and was like, all right, nobody mess with those guys, the Nnamdi Asomugha, you know, you got the Michael Huss, you know, you had certain dudes, Tyvon Branch, certain dudes that like you know, even JaMarcus Russell was on his good side for a long time.
That was Al handpicked guy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So like hearing Al call me to the office, you know, and be like, hey, you report to me and me only. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because when he passed, you know, all those guys that, you know, had his ear and that would kick it to him straight on what's going on, you know, they got rid of.
Yeah. Hey, Wasted, real quick, because I Wasted got a question, but I want to say, who does Lou sound like? Because we have another co-host that is a former Raider, Stuart Schweiger, that did the same thing. Handpicked by Al, and it was a good and a bad thing when he went in that office. It was like, oh shit. Like you walking on pins and needles, you don't know where Al gonna go with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, harp into that, man. Being a guy that came from the success you came from in Florida, right? And then coming to the National Football League. When you got there immediately, did you know exactly that there was something wrong as soon as you got there? Did you kind of like get there and say, hey, man, we don't have what we need to win immediately, even though you were like a rookie?
It wasn't until the first preseason game when I saw the stadium empty. I was like, man, like, you know, I'm coming from 100,000 fans tailgating like that Wednesday, you know, Florida versus Tennessee, Florida versus Alabama. Like that Tuesday, Wednesday, it's like all the city's already packed. You know, the town, we'll say a town, not a city. But Gainesville, whether it's Knoxville, whether it's, you know, in Alabama, the Florida-Georgia game. And so I'm warming up. And I'm like, man, this the NFL, like this, you know what I'm saying? But then fast forward, that mindset didn't last long because that Monday night game, you know, I feel like I scored 2 touchdowns. You know, they call it the Calvin Johnson rule, but scored in that game, they called it back, and then you know, scored at the end of the game, fourth quarter, and to see the crowd go crazy, and like it just seemed like more people came to the game. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I see the potential of where we can go. You know what I'm saying? What it is, because coming from St. Petersburg, Florida, going to Gainesville, I never really was outside of Florida. So going to Oakland was like it was a life-changing experience. You know what I'm saying? It was a culture shock. You know what I mean? But I fell in love with it, man, because I used to be off of Hagenberger, 98th. You know what I'm saying? I used to be back there in the hood, hollering at the feds, man. You know, windows down, pulling up. You could smell the aroma in the air. You know,
you already
so
knew
it
what
was
time
just
it
like,
was.
I felt at home. You know what I'm saying? I felt at home, to be honest.
You play with 2 polarizing figures. Okay, so Tim Tebow, we already know, right? Like the great Tim Tebow, one of the greatest collegiate players of all time, like point blank, period, the end. I don't care what anybody says about the accolades in the NFL. Even he won a playoff game. Shit. I mean, Tebow did his Doug. You know the NFL. You got JaMarcus there, right? Another guy, number 1 pick, LSU dude. Like, give us a story about, well, you know what? Give us a story about JaMarcus, but I want to know your relationship with Tebow, because I always hear great things about Tebow, like by everybody. Anyone that has any type of ties to him, bro, it's always love with Tebow, man. So, you know, let's start with Tebow, bro. Like, how that relationship cultivate down there in Gainesville, and what kind of dude is he, man?
Man, Tebow is a good dude, man. I mean, everybody has their faults. Everybody has, you know, what they're good in and what they're not good at. I would say more so that, you know, the world polarizes him as a leader of us. And I think he just led in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because, I consider myself a leader on that team, and I consider the Pouncey twins leaders on that team, and I consider Brandon Spikes as a leader of the defense.
Damn, y'all have some talent on that team, bro.
Percy Harvin.
P. Harvin. Yeah, P led everybody kind of led in their own way. You know what I'm saying? I was more the guy like, I'm gonna be at the club with everybody. We're gonna have the cookouts at my house. We're gonna play cards, you know what I'm saying, at over the barbecue. We're gonna play spades, we're gonna play tunk, we're gonna hit the club together. Tebow was more so of a leader, like just in the weight room, you know what I'm saying, like at practice, you know what I'm saying. After that, we never really saw him. And that's the real truth, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to call that, that's still a form of leadership, you know what I'm saying? But he just did it in his way, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the story.
Leave it all in the field, Lou. Leave it all in the field, Lou.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was, you know what I'm saying? He can't tell you stories of the pool parties or the fights that broke out at the club, you know what I'm saying? Or the drunk nights that we had where we had to help each other home, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But he was a weight room warrior, he's going to lead every drill. He's going to be, out front all the time. But another dude that pushed him too, though, was Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? Cam pushed him for 2 years, and beat him a lot too. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that, a lot of us chose not to do Swamp Kings for whatever reason. And we feel like we're going to drop our own version, the Pouncey twins, Carlos Dunlap, Janoris Jenkins, Cam Newton, Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? We're going to drop our own. But, yeah, I would say with Tebow, man, he's a good dude, man. Definitely a Christian. I can say that, you know what I mean? Like, those stories are true, him being a virgin. I don't know whether he was or he wasn't, but if I was to guess, I would say he was.
Look, you know what's funny, bro? I wonder something. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. I wonder something. Being on some of those poor teams, right? Mm-hmm. How do you think a Tim Tebow would have done with that Raider team that you were on, as far as being a starting quarterback and taking him? Man, and that's hard. Back to the JaMarcus Russell angle. Do you think that would have made a difference having a leader like Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
Shit.
Man, I think Tebow would have been depressed. I think he would have. I think he wouldn't have understood, like, because you got to get on those guys' levels. You got to get on Tommy Kelly level. You got to get on, Gerard Warren and Rolando McClain. That's another person who struggled. You know what I'm saying? Coming in his first year was my second year. Yeah. So I sit next to him. He didn't want nobody to sit next to him. I hit his feet like, hey, why you over? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we in the same boat. Yeah. You coming from Bama, I'm coming from Florida. We just beat y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? So first you got to respect me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to respect what I'm telling you.
Talk that shit, Lou.
You like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, look, what I'm telling you, man, like, this is different. Like, the NFL is just, it's okay to lose a game or two, you know what I'm saying, of 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, the Bucks are in the playoffs right now. They lost 8 games. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? College, you lose 1 or 2, you done. So I used to have to, like, kind of try to train his mind, like, hey, Rolando, man, I understand you struggling, bro. I get it. But, we'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? And then, going 500, people don't understand. Going 500 in NFL is hard, boy. It's hard, dog. It's hard to go 500. And, we were able to kind of pull ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? And we start, and then like Darren McFadden, D-Mac, dog, D-Dog, you know what I'm saying? That's all come from winning pedigree. So we all kind of came together, like the Darren McFaddens, the Richard Seymours, the Lamar Houston, Rolando McClain, like those guys, man, like that had come from winning pedigree. We kind of hung out a lot together. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of helped change. And I wish even when Jason Campbell came from Auburn, Jay Cam.
He was a dog for us, bro. He was a dog for us. Like real talk. Like Campbell was a dog.
We were 4-2 before he got hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then they brought in Carson Palmer, who literally quit on his team. You know, he quit on the Bengals, dog. You know what I'm saying? And then Hugh Jackson brings him in and, you know, basically gives him reinstates his contract, $100 million contract. And then it just kind of broke. And then they fired Hugh and it broke up everything. You know?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When they fired Hugh Jackson, you know, it reminds me a little bit of what we have going on here now. It's totally different because Hugh was hired. He was Al's guy. But the organization and us as Raider fans, we was totally sold on Hugh. We loved Hugh coming home. He felt like a Raider. He felt like he was bringing that old Raider way back.
Definitely.
Just a two-pronged question. When they fired Hugh Jackson, was that the final nail in the coffin to that kind of incarnation of the Raiders? And also, what are your thoughts on what's going on now with Antonio Pierce? And how do you feel about the Raiders, you know, hiring him? Man, are you behind that?
And real quick, for those who do not know, Lou was just out there in Vegas for the Denver game, hanging out with Richard Seymour, hanging out with Chuck. You know, everybody knows we love Wood, man. That's our guy, Woodson, man. So that's our dude. You know what I mean? Like we'll talk about that experience here in a second. But go ahead though, brother.
Yeah, man. So I think firing Hugh kind of ended that run that we had, man. Because I mean, me coming in the league, man, I never wanted to leave the team that I was drafted by, you know. And then I also knew that I was going to restructure my deal, you know what I'm saying? But when he passed in my third year, you know, I'll never forget, right before we played Houston. Yeah. I mean, I got my headphones on, red Dre beats. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I'm sitting in there getting breakfast, you know, about to eat, and I'm not really talking to anybody because, you know, it was one, you know, getting ready for the games, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in the zone, you know. Then they tap me and I take my headphones off and they like, man, everybody like, man, hey, big guy passed, LD passed. I'm like, what? Like my heart sunk, dog. Like I was mad that I couldn't go to the funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like I was hot, dog. Like because I felt he didn't mess with a lot of people, but he messed with me though. Like I always talk to LD. You know what I'm saying? He always calling, you know, sending for me while I'm in the weight room. You know, talking to me on the road. You know, talking to me out of practice. You know what I'm saying? So that, and then when they let Hugh go, it killed. I think it killed a lot of people's spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? And then the AP thing,
right? Yeah, that's gonna say that can potentially do the same thing, right, Lou?
Yeah, man. So that's why, you know, I'm for AP getting hired back. I think he's done a great job in the locker room. I think he's a former player too. You know what I mean? And then it's like I was talking about this on my podcast, man.
Real quick, you plug that in.
Yeah. One-on-ones podcast, man. Raider Nation, man. Make sure y'all follow, subscribe, like. It's on YouTube. We do a live sports debate podcast every Monday, debating football right now, but we're gonna get into basketball after the playoffs. And yeah, man, just debating, man. Just debate with one of my homeboys I grew up with since second grade, man. So one-on-ones podcast with Murph and Roy. So yeah,
it's right here. Everybody, make sure if you got to leave real quick, go hit that subscribe button and come back, man. Support our brother, man. Real talk.
But so let me ask you a question. If they don't, say for instance, you know, tomorrow they bring in somebody like a Mike Vrabel, because there was a report that there was a thought that Mike Vrabel might be in the running. Do you think that's going to fracture this Raider team forevermore? Because I do. I'm going to be real with you, man. I think there's no other choice for Antonio Pierce at this point.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough, man. I mean,
you were there, Lou. You were there, Lou.
Yeah.
I know you was over there. You was with Seymour. I know you heard some things. I know you seen the excitement in the building, Lou. Like, you know that this shit can go left, right? Like, real talk.
Yeah, and I've seen it, dog. I've seen it where dudes like, man, I don't want to play for this dude. That's how when Dennis Allen came in, dudes was like, man, we ain't messing with this dude. And then the whole general manager thing, that was new for a lot of people, the older vets too, that had already had restructured deals and got extensions. Now we're dealing with a general manager. A lot of people were confused what Mark Davis was, but in our minds, we just thought he was grieving. So he didn't want to, jump right in, as being, running the organization, so I believe he just took his leave of absence, or, decided to come in when he wanted to come in, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to talk to Mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to talk to Mark, but I never got that opportunity until I was with the Bucks, and then we talked before the game, and it was embraced with open arms, man, and told me whatever I needed, anything I ever needed, once a Raider, always a Raider. So, yeah, man. But yeah, I can't say what I heard. I can't say, what I'm saying? I can't say, what it is. You know what I'm saying? That, I gotta respect that. But
no, definitely. But I just know you've seen the excitement. I know the OGs. I know Seymour. I know like these guys are already they see what AP has brought to the table. Like, this is really the Raider way. You know what I mean? Like, we had to get rid of that whole Patriot way. It didn't work for us. Like, bro, you're a Raider, man. You played in Oakland in the Mecca. Like, what that means, like that gritty, that grind, like AP personifies all that shit. Like, so like, I know just being there, but I want to ask you this. I don't want to talk about any details or whatever conversation you had, but how good did it feel, man, because I go to all the alumni parties, and I've asked, I'm like, where's Lou at? I've asked a few players that don't come, right? And to see you there, man, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. That made me really happy. I'm like, man, because I know you have ties to Tampa Bay. You played for them. I know you played, a couple
Niners and stuff like
Niners,
that.
Panthers. You know what I'm saying? But you got drafted to the Raiders. That means everything. Like that check changed your life, bro. Like, let's just keep it a buck, right? So being able to go home and go to Vegas and be around there, like, what did that do for you, man?
Man, it felt good, man. Honestly, I told my wife, I said, I need to get me a Raider tattoo, man. Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, man.
Yeah. I need to add, I'm half Samoan, man. So I need to add some.
Oos.
Yeah, Oos gang. You already know, man. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, my mom's straight from the island, man. 12 brothers and sisters. But yeah, man, being back, man, it felt great, man. To be at the M Resort, that was dope. To be in the suite with Mark, to talk with Larry, Justin Fargas, Richard Seymour, Charles Woodson, man. I mean, I'm excited for Richard Seymour, man. He's about to, he gonna really help Mark Davis, and he's gonna help. Because he played for the Patriots. He understands Robert Kraft. He understands Bill Belichick way. So having him in the building at whatever capacity it might be is going to be a great look for the whole organization, man. I know it, Seymour, he was my vet. You know what I'm saying? Like, my rookie year, he came from the Patriots. And I'll never forget him saying, like, I'm not rushing. I'm waiting for him. I got to get my family situated. And before I leave and just go to the other side of the country. And I respected that. And his locker was like 2 lockers from mine. So, for 3 years, I just, used to chop it up with him about everything, and just ask him how to be a pro, things about taking care of your body. And he always used to give me books, man. He was the first player to ever really give me a bunch of books, and like not even like suggest them, like, nah, here, read this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I still have him to this day. So catching up with him, talking business with him, man, he turned into a great businessman. He's got a lot of things going, man, that's coming down the pipe. I want to tell it, you know what I'm saying? I want to tell it, but I know in due time it'll all come out, man. But
we're working on getting him on the show right now. We're working on getting Seymour on right now, man.
I'll shoot him a text, man, and let him know y'all good people.
We've been talking to the DM too. He followed me the other day on Twitter, and I hit him up. I said, bro, we got to have you on the show, man. And he was like, I love it. It's all good. So we working on that.
Bro,
go ahead, Winston.
You got one. I got another one for you.
And then also,
no, go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
No, I got another one for you, man. Within that, right?
I was gonna say, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. I'm not gonna say that. You, brother. We gotta hear what you gotta say, man. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
No. Oh no, I was gonna say, man, like Charles Woodson, man, like talking with Charles Woodson. I was with the Raiders my third year, and we played in Green Bay. And I remember that like he was at safety, he moved down the corner, and I had made a couple catches, and then like he came and guarded me, and then like he broke one up, but then I came back, and so I was talking to him. I said, "Hey man, you remember that pass I caught on you?" He was like, he looked up, he was like, "You talking about that dig route? You caught that dig route?" And I was like, damn, like, bro, like you remember that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, of course I remember it because I played against Charles Woodson. You know what I'm saying? I caught a pass on Charles Woodson. And when he said you caught that dig route, I was like blown away, dog. Like, I was like, damn, this dude mind is sharp, bro. Like, he remember that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Little old me catching the pass. Like, this shit was crazy.
That's why he's one of the greatest of all time right there, man. And when we sit down and Wasted knows, like, Woodson's our guy. He sponsors the show. Salute to Woodson Whiskey. We love it. That's our family. When we sit with him, we just shut up. Right, Wasted? We sit down and we just listen to see what talk. And it's just like the shit that comes out of his mouth. It's like, bro, I can't even imagine, bro. Like,
I was a fan, bro. I've been a fan of Charles Woodson, bro, since his Michigan days, dog. Like, bro, I've been like, you know what I'm saying? So like playing against Charles Woodson, catching passes on Charles Woodson and Champ Bailey, that's something I'm gonna go down telling my grandkids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, yeah, Papa caught some balls on some good dudes, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I would say they got the best of me, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I ain't go down without a fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I wanted to ask you, bro, what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
I would say that Monday night, man, against San Diego, man, against Quentin Jammer, against Antonio Cromartie, you know, being able to like,
that's that JaMarcus Russell the touchdown, right?
Yeah. At the end of the game, fourth quarter, man. I know our defense didn't hold up, which is, you know, that happens, man. But being able to, you know, have 2 touchdowns on Monday night, you know what I'm saying, coming into the league, man, I felt like we were gonna, you know, I mean, we went 5-11, then 8-8, then 8-8. Like, I felt like that 4th year, dog, like we would have just stayed together, man. I just feel like we would have stayed together. It'll be a totally different story, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I really do believe that. And shout out to the Davis family, man. They forever changed my life and then giving me my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But even to see like the same like security, like to see the same like the head trainer, Chris Cortez, man, like he the head trainer now, you know what I'm saying? Hot Rod's out, but they moved. He was like the 3rd in command. Now he's the head guy. Like, just to see that, man, and see how progressive, you know, from the GM to the president, like you know, to see how progressive the Davis family is, dog. Like, why not be a Raider fan? Like, I tell people that all the time. Like, you could be a fan of your team. I'm cool with that. But you gotta respect what the Raiders have done for the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jerry Jones wants to be Al Davis. He can't. He just can't be Al D, man. Al D was ahead of his time, dog. Like, he was ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? First black head coach, first Mexican coach, first woman. You know, woman in as a president, Amy Trask, who I still talk to this day.
She is a beautiful human being. We love Amy, man.
Bro, like, man, like that's my girl right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, to see that Raider bond, dog, like to see how that is, man. Like, I mean, bro, I love it, dog. I had no clue going to Oakland, like what I was just getting into, dog. But like, it's like you drafted into the mob, bro. Like that's how that shit feel, dog.
We just happy you home, bro. We just happy you home because You know, we hear these horror stories a lot about, you know, players that get drafted to their teams, like our guy Stu, right? Like he thought that the fans hated him. So he just stayed away from football once he left the league. And then we got him involved in the podcasting world. And he was like, yo, man, like I didn't know the love was really there. And it's like, bro, like we really mean that, bro. Once a Raider, always a Raider. That shit really means something to us, man. So when I seen you there, bro, that shit, I'm telling you, I was like, I see you in that picture with Rich, and I was like, man, this is beautiful, bro.
You don't understand how much we, as fans of this team, that go back. You know what I mean? I go back to 84. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the 80s, bro. And I remember, you know, us talking. I was like, damn, I wonder whatever happened to Lou Murphy and Chad Shillings, bro.
Yeah,
like that was my
Denarius Moore.
Denarius Moore, like Chad Shillings was my
Moore, Hayward Bay, Jacoby Ford. Hayward. DHB is a scout for the Baltimore Ravens. He's a scout for the Ravens. Yep. Jacoby coaching high school ball in Florida. I haven't heard from Denarius Moore, man, or Chad Shillings, dog. But Brandon Myers, you know, I keep in contact with Brandon Myers. He's out in Arizona. Tyvon Branch, Michael Huff, Darren McFadden. I talk to D-Dog all the time.
He lives right around the corner from me out here in Dallas, bro. D-Man right down the street. I see him at Specs, bro. Like he'll see me all rated out. I'm like, "What's good with you, bro?" He's like, "What's good with you, bro?"
He real quiet, dog. He ain't gonna say too much. Deacon D-Dog, man. I call him Deacon. But Rock Cartwright, man. Michael Bush, dog.
Rock Cartwright.
Yep. Marshall.
I seen Jacoby at the alumni party last year. And he was excited, man, to be around.
I'm gonna come to that this year. I'm gonna come to that. They told me to come when I was at the joint. They told me to come to that. So I ain't know nothing about it.
Bro, come kick it, bro.
I'm gonna definitely come to that this year.
The drinks, the food, cigars, it's a whole thing, bro. It's really fun, bro. You got to come out there and kick it. We got to vibe out one time. And when you pull up, I want to ask you a few questions because I know real quick. I know you about to call with the wifey. We're not gonna keep you all night, but I have to ask you, man, because we thought, right, like we always were like we thought we were a quarterback away forever, right? And I'm not gonna turn this into a whole nother like a whole JaMarcus Russell thing, but I want to ask you, like, was he misunderstood? And like, did you have a relationship with him to the point where like, did you see what went wrong? Like what happened with JaMarcus Russell, bro? Because, you know, Al was very heavy on going to get him over Megatron and all the talent that was there. Like what happened there in your eyes?
Man, one, I talked to J-Rock after he did the podcast, because, you know, he stay off of media and all that. I talked to him after he did was it the Pivot or the I Am Athlete? I think it was the Pivot. He did the Pivot podcast. Yep. Hollered at me. I know he had shot me out on there. And then I had talked to him after that. And then I talked to him. I got a quarterback that I'm you know, shameless plug, man. NIL. I run an NIL company, M2 Global, with my boy Maurice Spates, who's a Golden State Warrior who won a Mo Buckets.
Mo Buckets.
Yeah, me and Mo. Me and Mo Buckets, we from the same hood, man. We grew up together. And we went to Florida. Went to Florida together. He was basketball, I was football. But yeah, we do a lot in the community at the crib in St. Petersburg, Florida, South Side. Home of now Rod Wade. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Rod Wade now. You know,
Rod doing his thing. He doing his numbers right now.
Yeah. He doing his thing. I went and seen him on tour twice, man, and hollered at him. We got some other things in motion with that. But yeah, so I talked to him because I have a quarterback out at Grambling, and he was at one of the games talking with Hugh Jackson. So he jumped on the phone, man, and we chopped it up, man. So I need to give him a call here. It's been a few months. But I do believe, dog, he was misunderstood. I think he was misunderstood. I think that having a coach like an AP, having a coach like or having a veteran, dog, like Baltimore Ravens right now, they doing something good. Ravens too. I'm not gonna say they the Raiders, but they take care of their people and they progressive too. And you know, having an all-black quarterback room, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know they try to do it with Dante Culpepper, dog, but was Culpepper the type of guy to, you know what I'm saying, to lead a young JaMarcus Russell. So I think that, that he had a lot of family too, that I wouldn't say family. I'll say associates.
People in his ear that was trying to drain him of his energy.
That pose as family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That stressed him out a lot, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I was there. I went to Mobile, Alabama. I went and chilled with him at his house. I went and hollered at his grandma and auntie them and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the receivers, I was only one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that came and before that season and was working out with him and we was getting it in. So dog. I think that one. He could throw that mud, boy. He could throw that thing further than anybody I ever, saw. It's probably out of him. Him and Cam Newton, dog, could throw it deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think the money and the outside influences, dog, especially at that time, being young with that bag, it was tough on him, dog. And then I hate to say that, dog, because he's such a great dude, bro. He a great dude, bro. I don't care what nobody say, dog, about him. And that's the same thing. This probably gonna kind of change gears, but I've never watched anything on Aaron Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? My boy Chico. I've never watched anything on him because I want to remember him the way that I remember him. You know what I'm saying? I remember him being a great friend, a dude that'll give you the shirt off his back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know about all the other stuff when they, how in the hood they say don't speak on the dead homies.
Straight up.
So for me, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I never get into what everybody else say. I get into what the relationship that I had with that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And JaMarcus is a great dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever they say, how they want to say it, dog, this man took me in, bro. And shoot, the first 3 months in Oakland, bro, I didn't even know until I went to counseling there. I didn't know I had anxiety. But being away from home, not knowing nobody, not knowing who to trust, you know what I'm saying? You don't know, Oakland ain't just nowhere you can just
hell nah.
You don't just move like that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So going out there and not knowing nobody and being from the South, I linked up with JaMarcus because we, you know what I'm saying, we from same type of parts of town. You know what I'm saying? So he took me in, bro, let me sleep in one of his rooms, dog, for 3 months before I found the apartment. And my mom had just died. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't had nobody to come show me to find the apartment and decorate and find a house and all that.
You're a kid. Yeah.
I'm 20 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And J-Rock took me in and showed me, I ain't gonna say he showed me how to be a pro, but he took me in and made me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? To be, to just chill on the couch, bro. Be like, okay, bro, you straight, bro. Good practice, dog. We get better at this. I watch film with him. You know what I'm saying? We will watch film together. You know what I'm saying? One-on-one. You feel me? So, so we built the bond, dog. So all I can say, bro, is that, bro, he's a great friend, dog. And he was a great teammate, bro. Even when I struggled, when they put Bruce Gurkowski in, I'm like, bro, I don't want to play with this dude, bro. You my quarterback. He no, man, go do your thing, bro. Don't worry about me. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? To hear my bro say that to me, I'm like, all right, dog. Because in my mind, I'm like, bro, if I start liking him, then he gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to build a relationship together. I don't want you to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't want to catch the ball for this dude. And he telling me, no, man, just go do your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when that Pittsburgh game happened. So
he went crazy.
So it's those types of things, bro. I can't really say anything bad about them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own ways. Everybody got issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, facts, bro. Nah, I love that, man. Honesty is key, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. I see everybody showing you love right now, saying once a Raider,
me too.
always a Raider. Yeah, very loyal.
Yeah.
And, you know, to be real with you, though, bro, Wasted, we talk about this a lot. A lot of people that come from, you know, the shit that we come from, right? Like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is, and that's why, you know, I hate to change the trajectory of the show, but that's why the hood is so beautiful in a sense, bro, because you learn that. You know what I'm saying? You learn that, Lou. You know what I mean? It's like, man, like, you know, I love my people. And the way that you talked about JaMarcus right now, I've never heard anybody speak about him the way you did. And he needs more people like that to speak. Stu is one of them. Stu loves JaMarcus. Anytime somebody talks bad about him, Stu be like, yo, fuck that dude. Get him out of here. Block him in the chat because he loves JaMarcus. You know what I'm saying? So
dog, because think about it, bro. How many people, dog, can handle, like, I couldn't have handled being drafted to Tampa Bay. Like, bro.
Yeah. You at home?
Dog, my cousin done sold drugs, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I had dudes in the streets. I got partners that did Fed time, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, you know, I'm a good dude, bro, but the environment I grew up in wasn't great, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got great mom and dad, great parents, dog. 2-parent household, was one of the few. But while I played Little League football, while I went to church, while I went to school, my environment, dog, was different than a lot of dudes' environment. And I'm not glorifying it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it is what it is. That's, you mold, you know what I'm saying? You mold like to your environment. Like our Little League games, bro, it was like normal for fights to break out and people to shoot at the games. You know what I'm saying? That was normal growing up. Games being canceled because of gun violence and stuff like that. So, you know, gangs and cliques and blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up and I didn't go to private school. I was raised in the public school system. You know what I'm saying? Zoning system where you get zoned. All the black kids go to one school. You know what I'm saying? Or go to 2 different schools, and then you got these crosstown rivalries. So then when I went to Mobile and I seen how Mobile, like, dang, bro, y'all a little town, but y'all got that same, you know, dynamic that we got. And and it's hoods everywhere, bro. That's why I say, like, bro, in Oakland, bro, like, I got so much respect, bro, from you know, all the little, because I, like, for me, growing up on TV, you think going to Cali, you can't wear red, you can't wear blue. You know what I'm saying?
The city town different. Yeah, I'm from Sacramento, so I'm an hour away from Oakland. It's gangbang central out there, but you go to Oakland, people say blood and cuz in the same sentence. So it's not gangbang, it's turfing. It's 20s, it's the murder dubs, it's, you know what I mean, it's the shady 80s, it's all that shit. You know what I mean? So it's that's how
it was where I grew up. Like, you got Trefo, you got 5-4, like you got different blocks, get different hoods, you know what I'm saying? And then like, so going out there and then JaMarcus, like, he moving in those circles a little bit because they receiving him and then they receiving me and we protect it. It's like, bro, that's what we know. Like, I grew up with the OGs saying, hey, Murph, don't sell drugs, don't drink, don't smoke, you go play football. Like, I grew up hearing that, you know what I'm saying? You got the drug dealers on the side of the Little League games. They call it Pop Warner out there. They betting $500,000. Hey, Murph gonna score. You know what I'm saying? Like, they paying me after the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up like that. So going out there, man, I didn't know who to trust. I ain't know where to go. I ain't know what clubs to go to, what clubs not to go to. You know, so I know you go to San Fran, you're gonna be kind of straight, you safe, but I ain't want to go way over there. I want to go to a club in Oakland. I want to go down to Jack London Square. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to the barbecue spot. Everett Jones.
Everett Jones. Oh my God, one of the greatest barbecue spots you ever find in your life.
And then the chicken and waffle spot. I used to do a radio set at the chicken and waffle spot right there where the train come at right there after the games, you know what I'm saying? And then I met the OGs out there. So it was like, you know, and I met them through JaMarcus. So it was like from my barber where I got my clothes from, where you got your bud from, like everything, you know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, I love it out there, dog. I mean, I just got to be honest.
Real quick, go. No, I was going to say real fast. Salute to everybody in the building. We're not going to keep Lou all night, man. Look, last thing we want to do is get bad graces with a wife.
I got a good wife, man. We good.
Okay. But go ahead, Wasted, real quick. I got a question after you real fast. Then.
Yeah. So when you finally left the Raiders, was it like a complete culture shock? Because we're such a different organization, man. Like, could you kind of tell everybody how much different it is playing for the Raiders as it is playing for other organizations.
Compared to Carolina, because you went to Carolina after Oakland.
I went to Carolina. I got traded, man. I swear, this is what hurts me with Dennis Allen. I was at the facility. I was working out. It was 2 days before training camp. You never hear about trades before, like a day before training camp, 2 days before training camp. Like, you don't ever hear about a trade happening at that time. Yeah. Trades happen way before that. March, April, draft time, May, you know what I'm saying? Free agency. Like, you don't hear about a trade going into training camp. I'm at the facility, at the Raiders facility, working out with Michael Huff, Jacoby Ford, Mike Mitchell, Darius Hayward Bay. Like,
hard hitting. Whew, Mike Mitchell.
That's my brother, dog. That's my brother, Mike Mitch, y'all. We got to get Mitch back around too.
Yeah.
And I'm working out, bro. And we it's like 11 o'clock, bro. It's, everybody, hey, you got your bags packed for Napa Valley. You got your bag. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm ready to go. Just moved into a crib because I had been living in an apartment. So it was, going into my 4th year. So had them rented a nice little house, townhome.
Yeah.
Just, boxes still not unpacked, but I'm ready to go. Got my bags packed, everything. Bro, I got a 2-minute voicemail, and it's from a 510 area code. I pick it up. I'm just out of the shower. I'm like looking at my phone. I'm listening to the voicemail. I sit down. By the end of the voicemail, they like, man, we think it's best that, we trade you to the Carolina Panthers. And that was it. It was 2-minute voicemail. Reggie McKenzie just saying this and this and that. I'm in the facility. I'm like, bro, I had just seen Dennis Allen that morning. I had just walked past Reggie McKenzie. I went to the training room to work out with Hot Rod and Chris Cortez. Like, and bro, y'all didn't have the audacity just to come holler at me, just to come, which I get, it's a business. That was my wasted. That was my introduction to manhood. Like, damn, bro, like,
yeah.
Building, bro, you could at least called or said something. So they traded me to Carolina. And when I got to Carolina, bro, I was like, what is this, dog? Like, it was like Bojangles. bro, yeah. Like, bro, we had training camp and like, bro, I was like, bro, what is this, dog? Like, it was the worst experience, bro. And then they let go. Then they fired Jerry Richardson because he was racist. The owners kicked him out the league for all the stuff that he did. And now, what I can say, I did love playing with my brother Cam Newton, and I did love Riverboat Ron. I love Riverboat Ron, bro. He was a great coach, dog. He was a great coach. Solid dude, good dude. And Cam is my little brother, bro. That's my little brother. He came to Florida my junior year, and he was up under my wing for 2 years, dog. So regardless of what he does and what he makes, what he looks like to the public and what the persona he puts on, Cam's another good dude, dog. He's another good one.
Let me ask you this. You went to the Giants.
Don't give a damn what nobody thinks about.
You went to the Giants a year after Carolina for 1 year, right? Then you went home to Tampa, to Florida. At that point, you were a little bit more mature, though. You were 27 years old, 28 years old. Was that good that you were at that age when you went back to Florida? Like, were you mature enough to kind of handle the pressure of being more closer to family and all that other stuff?
Bro, if I would have went to Tampa straight out of the league, I probably would have died, bro. I probably would have died, bro. It was so much going on, dog. Like, you get like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you can't say that JaMarcus, like, bro, like, when you getting, dog, you gotta think about it, bro. This man has $70 million guaranteed, bro, in 2007.
And came from nothing.
Come on,
came from nothing. Like that. That's
from nothing, dog. Like,
yeah.
When I tell you, bro, all the people that just show up, dog. Like, I didn't even have a draft party, right? I didn't even have a draft party. But there was a party at my house, bro, that I look up, bro, the cars is down the street. Bro, I got 200 people, bro. I'm like, where all these people came from, bro? Like, people just show up, dog. Like, they just show up, bro. And it's like, and you can't be like I don't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you like
you could put yourself in harm's way doing that
you
shit.
can't
Like
really
real
do that
talk.
because now you gonna be to the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, so going home, to answer your question, going home at 26, 27 years old was way better. And that's when I got my 3-year extension. You know, my first year, Mike Evans comes in. I done been, you know, I did those 3 teams. It was Oakland, Carolina, New York
Back to back
in
to
less
back.
than a year.
Yeah.
I
Al
remember
Davis
that.
dying, bro. It changed, dog. Bro, it changed. And that's why when I left New York, I came home. I fired my agent. I fired Drew Rosenhaus, and I was like, bro, I gotta get back in the lab. I went back to the Florida days. I went back to grinding 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. at night, bro. I locked in, and then that's what gave me that 3-year, $9 million extension, bro. Like being with the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they love me too, because they saw a refocused Murph. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was big, man.
How was the homecoming? How was the homecoming after that? Because you started your career in the Bay, you end your career in the Bay, and you go play for the 49ers at the age of 30, right? And you're on your way out of the league at that point. But it's kind of like a homecoming in a sense, right? Like how did that feel going back out to California, Ben, and being back in the Bay Area where it all started?
Man, that was dope, man. Getting around Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle as a rookie, catching Big Joe at the end of his career. It was cool, dog. Eric Armstead was there. Seeing John Lynch, you know, I grew up a Bucks fan, you know. So John Lynch first year as a general manager, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? And then coming in, when I came in, we started winning. So I think you know, it was full circle moment for me. I thought I was gonna have more years in San Fran, but the whole taking the knee thing in 2017, me and Eric Reed were carrying the torch for Colin Kaepernick, and they told us not to take a knee anymore. And I told them, man, F that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna take a knee. And I knew when we played the Rams, LA Rams, at that last game, when it was like every time we took a knee, it was probably like 10 to 15 cameras. And then that last game, when they told us not to, it was about 200 cameras. Me, Eric Reed, and Marquise Godwin.
Yeah.
And then they got us all out of there. Well,
and it was crazy because when all of that was going on, when that was going on, I always wondered the guys who was in that were not Colin Kaepernick. Because Colin Kaepernick was the one that was out in the front, but you guys became collateral damage. The Eric Reeds of the world, you know, the Marquise Godwins and yourself. Let me ask you a question. How did it make you feel after all of that went down? That movement kind of went nowhere, and it kind of was almost commercialized in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, one, for me, I stood on principles. I stood like, I grew up, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Even, you know, people in close in my family was like, man, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it no more. They divided and conquered us, dog, because if you really look at the timetable, Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins and Colin Kaepernick were like, you know, they made him in opposition. And
it's like Dr. King and Malcolm X almost.
Man, so what happened was, if you remember, it was around Thanksgiving time. I remember being on calls with Colin Kaepernick, me, Eric Reed. We in the hot tub, reading emails together. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping the young bull. I'm listening to Colin Kaepernick, but Colin's not giving us a plan. And like, my thing is, you gotta have a plan, dog. Like, what's the plan? Like, we taking a knee, but what is your plan? He never really could, like, he never discussed his plan. And that's what kind of made it fishy. And then Malcolm Jenkins had a plan, but the plan with the social injustice, with, you know, them using money to give the social injustice, it was him saying that, man, it's $90 million over 10 years. And I was like, bro, that's not enough. Like 90 million can't help LA, New Orleans, Tampa, Oakland, Vegas, Houston. Like, bro, like what you gonna give? $2 million per city? Like, what that's gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna need to be 90 million per city.
Yeah.
If we talking real change, like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
we talking real change.
You talking facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where my argument came in. That was like, I don't care what we do with the money. Well, I do care what we do with the money, but I mean, we need to form programs. We need to do all this social injustice stuff, voting, you know, after school programs, all of that, you know, police education, interaction education, all these things need to be done. But 90 million not going to cut it. Malcolm Jenkins took the deal. He came out and he said that he's not taking the knee anymore.
I remember that.
The next week, Roger Goodell got a $250 million deal because his only thing was to get the, and maybe I might never be able to be banned or whatever, but his only thing was to make sure the players stop taking the knee.
Yeah.
By all costs,
bro, that's facts.
Make sure players stop taking the knee. So then when you got Malcolm Jenkins to come out and say, hey, we're not taking the knee anymore, they got a 10-year, $90 million deal, which I had to separate Eric Reed and Malcolm Jenkins in Vegas.
And mind you, y'all blackballed at this point. After that, like you and Eric Reed, like it's over with. It's cookies at that point.
So now mind you, now think about this. Roger, and this is all documented facts. If you go look, Roger Goodell got a $250 million deal a week after that with a private plane, and he gave us 90. He got 250 for himself. So now I'm like, damn, I knew I was right, bro. 90 million wasn't enough over 10 years because it was like 2 million in the first year, 4 million in the second year, 4 million in the third year. It was backloaded deal. Then I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be quiet. Then the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Well, so all right, let me ask you this: Did that affect your relationship with Cap going forward? After that,
I was with him for about a good 2-3 more months, dog. And then once he just couldn't give me a plan, I was off of it. It was 2018 March. I'll never forget. I said, bro, after that 3-hour, 4-hour call, he just kept telling me to wait and read some books. I'm like, bro, I grew up. Like, my name is Lewis Murphy, bro. I'm named after Farrakhan. Like, bro, you can't tell me nothing about a book, bro. Like, what is the plan?
Yeah.
What's the plan? What are we doing?
Hold on, bro. Lou.
Bro. that was always my issue with it. That was as a brother, I understand. What's the call to action, bro? What are we doing? So you taking the knee?
And where we from, what's the point of having soldiers? You ain't gonna put us to work. Like,
what's the sum total of all of this, bro? You know, and this is the thing that I want, and this is my question. Did it bother you when he got that big deal from Nike? Because it seemed like he just commercialized the whole thing.
Man, it kind of, there's a lot of inside stories about Cap with the 49ers. I don't know if y'all know him, if y'all heard about him with his girl and all that, bro. And
I know.
So it's a whole lot of stuff, bro, that I just was like, and then I'm like telling him, like, bro, you got Samoan tattoos on you, bro, and you ain't even Samoan, cause like it got there, like you know what I'm saying, like, bro, like what you talking about, bro? Like, what are you standing for, dog? Like, I never watched this little documentary, little movie. I ain't supporting nothing after that. But then 2020 came, 2 years after that, you know what I'm saying? 2020 came. And that's when the whole George Floyd thing came, and that's when LeBron started taking a knee, and everybody, Steph, and like, where y'all was
when y'all started, when y'all was out there.
y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, bro.
He was the martyr. You saw Colin Kaepernick kind of come out of the shadows like, wait a minute. Look, wait a minute. I knew it all the time.
Like,
hey, Lou, did you ever really believe that he really wanted to come back to the NFL?
Yes, I believe that him taking the knee, that it happened so fast that he had to come up with something that he really didn't even know what to say. I think he was really pouting, to be honest. He was pouting because he had lost his starting job, and then he came up with something in the spirit of the moment, and then it just kind of spread like wildfire, and he couldn't tame it. And he tried to educate himself on things that we've been educated on our whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it was, and then being a part of it from when the first text message came out. I was with Tampa when the first messages came out about everything. And then, being a part of those calls, being a part of the NFLPA for 13, 14 years. I think that it served its purpose, dog. And I'm not here to bash Cap or anything, man. But it just, the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I guess I feel like Cat Williams. The truth is the truth, dog. You know what I'm saying, bro? People. And he was like, bro, you bashed the league, but you wanted to get back in the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like my thing was always what I tried to get Cap to understand was, bro, keep the main focus, bro, is black people getting out here killed by cops unjustly.
Yeah.
Let's just stay on that. Like, let's not move from that. Defund the police. Not none of that. Let's focus on why do cops kill unarmed black kids, women, all that? Why? And how can we fix that? That's what my thing was. Like, can we worry about that? That is the issue that, like, from George Floyd to what's your guy name? My name slip. Man, come on, Tamir Rice.
You got
you just go down. Trayvon, Sandra Bland,
everybody, man.
Just go.
The list is endless. The list is endless. It's endless.
Come on.
It's sad.
So that was my main thing, was like, can we address that one issue? Let's not let them deter us to, we're disrespecting the troops. And my father's a Marine. And my father said, man, I fought for y'all to have this right to peacefully protest. So that was my whole thing, was just to keep the main focus. And he couldn't pinpoint down where we were headed with that one focus. So I had to remove myself.
I love it, man. To be real with you, bro, like, I always have my reservations about that situation. And everybody has their own intentions with shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know Cap personally, so I would never shit on him. I always stood up for everything they had going on. But I always heard stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like being from Northern California, hearing like you said with his woman, there was always some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but look, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna end this on a positive note, real quick.
Note.
So 2 things, real fast. The toughest corner you ever lined up against.
Ooh, man, I would have to say. See, I called Charles Woodson on his like downtime in Green Bay.
Yeah,
I would have to say Champ Bailey.
Ooh, okay. I mean, Champ's a GOAT. I mean, I hate to say it because of the team he played for, but you know, what I mean, he's a GOAT. He's a GOAT.
Yeah. I got Darrell Reeves. I got Darrell that year that everybody says they didn't have like over 30, 40 yards. I got him for, I think, like 60 yards, which was hard to do. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard. But Champ, going against Champ twice a year and having him follow me everywhere, that was like, that's the respect that I got to give him, because a lot of guys, I think Richard Sherman kind of changed that whole mode of, I could just play one side. And then dudes kind of followed that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jalen Ramsey, if he feels like guarding someone one-on-one the whole game, he will, but he kind of stays on one side. Yeah. You don't really see, those guys guarding number ones anymore. They kind of play within the system. Champ was like, nah, I got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna travel in the slot motion, left side, right side. He following me everywhere I go. I'm like, damn, this 24 won't leave me alone, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different level of respect. That's a different level of, you know what I'm saying? I wish dudes would do that more. Like Sauce Gardner, he talks a lot. But
he stay on one side.
He stay on one side, dog. Like Stephon Gilmore did it. He got killed though. I mean, but he tried to stay on one side. You know, he got killed against Green Bay. But
cooked. Yeah, that's
bro.
funny.
So like that's my thing. Like, can you follow all game guarding AJ Brown or guarding who's some good top receivers right now? Mike Evans.
Oh yeah, I mean Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson,
Hill, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson,
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. Will you guard Devontae all game nonstop? You know what I'm saying? Like, then I'm gonna give you a respect and say you a lockdown corner. Until then, I don't really see nobody in the league that's catching my eye.
There you go. Waste, you got one more because I got one to end it. So go ahead.
I got a haymaker, right?
Okay. Ooh.
Let me ask you something. And since you've left the Raiders, right? Has there ever been a year or a team that you saw where you felt like you could have been at your height, the kind of the cherry on the top to bring the Raiders back to greatness, man? Was there ever a year since you left the Raiders when you saw that roster, you were like, damn, man, if I could have been there on that team, they needed a guy to take the top off of the defense. Can you think of a particular year, man?
A particular year for the Raiders? What you said?
The Raiders, So since you left,
Carolina, Giants, Tampa Bay, any of that time when you were still in the league, was there a year where you thought maybe if I went back out there, I could be that cherry on top?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I was so pissed off with Dennis Allen, dog. I stopped watching, bro. Like Dennis Allen, bro. Like, he is like, look what he doing in New Orleans, bro. Like, he's just I don't like the guy, man. I just don't, man. And it took, that's what I'm saying. It took me a while to come back around, bro. Like, Raiders reached out to me through somebody else, got my email. Like, it was on some, like, you know what I'm saying? That reeled me back in, bro. But it
but you know what's funny? The Raiders were asked that whole time. You know what's funny? The only year that Murph, you took a year off in 2016. The Raiders were 12-4. That was the only year we were good.
Unbelievable.
That was the only year we were good. So like realistically, like there was some bad teams.
That was the 2016 year was the year I tore my ACL and I was out.
That was the year you were out. Yeah. So think about that. Was the one year that the Raiders really showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we went back to the playoff.
Because I used to always say when they used to complain about it, they say DC don't have a number one. I like, yo, why can't we have like Lewis Murphy and all the guys we had before? You know what I mean? To go with this quarterback. You know what I mean? It sucks, man. Because look, I know Graph's about to ask something, but so needless to say, Reggie McKenzie, Dennis Allen, not your favorite people in the world. Do you still hold a grudge against Reggie? And do you think you'll ever let that go?
Man, I don't really hold grudges, dog. I'm just being honest. I don't hold grudges. I know that y'all bringing it up, and I'm just telling you how I feel. Like, I've forgiven them dudes, bro. Like, I don't wake up, I don't think about them dudes, bro. Like, at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where is Reggie McKenzie? You know what I'm saying? Like, that speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? What has Dennis Allen done with the New Orleans Saints as a head coach? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talked to some people with the Saints, and they say the same thing about them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love the Davis family. I love the Raider Nation. You know what I'm saying? I focus on the positive things, man. Like, them dudes don't hold no weight in my mind, bro. Like, at all, dog. Like, I just tell you, I'm just speaking on what happened at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel I had a great career. 9 years in the NFL, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? 2-time national champion, man. Being able to have the relationships I have with the Raider Nation. You know, do I wish as a competitor, as a dog, like, that I could have been better for them and that I could have stayed there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I regret that. Mr. Davis passed, bro. Like, if there was something I could have done to help him stay alive, like, I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it was CPR, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that dude took a chance on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm forever indebted, bro. Forever grateful to the Davis family, his wife, his son. It's Raider Nation for life.
I'm actually happy you saying that because my last question was about Al. Salute to the 800 people still in the building. I want to ask you this. One word to describe Al Davis.
Legendary.
And there you have it. And there you have it.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I want to save some questions. We have a lot of them. But Lewis, look, man, we're moving forward.
I'll tap back in with y'all, man.
We're going to tap back in. And bruh, I want to push your podcast. Everybody in the comment section, the link is right here. Go over there and subscribe to our brother. You already know, once a Raider, always a Raider. Lou, phenomenal human being, brother. I love that you are so honest, that you are so transparent about everything. To be real with you, sometimes we do these interviews and stuff. We have people come on and we're like, we'll never do that again, right? Like real shit. Like with you, with the Garyon Conleys of the world, our brother, you know what I'm saying? Like Stu, like Seawood. Like there's just always like the energy has to be there, brother. Anytime you want to pull up and just tell people about what you got going on.
Brother, this platform is always yours, bro. Let me tell you something, man.
Yes.
They say real recognize real, right?
Yeah.
There ain't a lot of real ones out there, bro. We really appreciate you for pulling up, man. You are definitely a real one, bro.
And a bunch of people in the chat saying they subscribe. So they expect a bunch of new subs over there. Everybody check that one-on-one podcast with our brother Lou. Hey, real quick, on the way out.
What we gotta do is we gotta bring the podcast live from the stadium by the fire. That's what we gotta do.
Let's do it. What's up?
That's
we there, brother.
I'll make that happen. I gotta
make
that happen.
We gonna lock that in. Hey, real quick.
Hold me to it. I gotta figure this out.
Bro, I'm gonna hit you. You are, bro. I stayed on Louis. I said, bro, what's up with this? I'm consistent, bro. But I'm gonna ask you this real quick. On the way out, before you go with the wife, let everybody know what you got going on and where to follow you at outside of the podcast. What do you have going on? And just let everybody know where to follow you.
All right. On Instagram, you can follow me _ONE, the number 8 _ Lewis Murphy Jr. That's my name, but my name on Instagram is _ONE, one spelled out, the number 8, 18. That mean I got my number in Oakland. That's what birthed me, you know what I'm saying, into this. So and it was from Florida 9 times 2. 18 was the number. And I got it. Then Randy Moss had, the first time I saw 18 jersey, I thought it was me and it was Randy Moss. I was like, damn, I gotta work hard. I gotta work harder, dog. I gotta work harder. But eventually got them in the stores, dog. But man. So _ONE, number 8 _ follow me on Instagram. Twitter, Murph918, MURPH 918. But the podcast, man, one-on-ones, number 1, ONS, the number 1 podcast.
Hey, don't even worry about it. It's right here. It's on the screen.
Yeah. So man, so I'm grinding on it, man. I'm getting into this whole, man. I didn't even know. I'm not even doing a podcast because we're not doing audio. We're doing the live video on YouTube. So
you talking to the right ones right now, Lou?
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's what we do too, bro. So anytime you got, like, if you want to just figure out some things, how this shit work, tap in with us, bro. We got you.
We'll do, man.
Have some fun tonight with the family, bro. Love my brother. Thank you so much.
Much love, man. Much love, brother. Much love, man.
Hey, we'll see you soon, brother, for sure.
We'll see you soon, and I'll see you at the alumni thing this before 2024 season.
Yep, we'll be out there, brother. My guy. Right, salute to our brother Lewis Murphy,
good, man.
You too, brother. Thank you. Salute to our brother, man, Lewis Murphy Jr. I thought that was a hell of an interview, hell of a show. Wasted, how you feeling, bro?
Man, I feel great, man. I mean, listen, bro, it always happens, man. It's serendipity.
We saved a few questions because, once we get rolling, and real quick, shout out to everybody that sent supers. We didn't want to derail the show, you guys. Sometimes when we do these interviews, we want to get you guys involved as much as possible, but we can't put up everything because we're literally in the middle of a conversation. But we have a guest on. It's a little difficult. I may disable this at some point just because I don't want people to freak out or feel like we're not responding to them. But I just want to say thank you guys for staying in the chat as long as you guys did. I seen how active you guys were talking to each other and all that good stuff. We appreciate you guys so much, man. On that note, man, I'm gonna get my ass in this bed. What you got going on, Wasted?
Hey, man, you know what? I got my wife going on right now. She just texted me, so.
And my wife over there looking crazy right now too. So you know
Yeah,
what?
so
With that being said, shout out to our brother Lewis Murphy Jr. He will be on the show again soon. But hell of a show. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out.
That's what I'm talking about.